Last chance to pick up some of these units, but who should you choose with your red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Part 2 Dokkan Festival banner on Global Dokkan's 9th anniversary and figuring out who we should spend our hard-earned red coins on. After all, this is an anniversary banner, which means this is one of the few times a year some of these LRs actually return, and some of them you may be considering picking up with coins. So in this video, we're just going to kind of give my recommendation on who I think the top 3 candidates from the banner are if you were to choose to use your red coins. Now, let me begin by saying, if you did your summons on Beast Gohan and you did not pull Beast Gohan, my best recommendation, especially if you have no more than 500 coins or so, or less than that, save your coins until December when the Tanabata banner drops, and you will be able to buy Beast Gohan with your red coins. That is definitely what your coins should be going towards the most. Now, if that is a non-issue for you, or you know you will have more than enough coins by that point, then let's take a look who the candidates are for pickup. So first and foremost, one of the top candidates I believe for pickup are going to be these 3 right here. So Ultra Instinct Goku and the Blue Evolution Vegeta, and then the AGL Blue Duo, right? So starting with Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku, both of these guys in about 5 days, right, are going to be getting their Extreme Z Awakening. They become literally, if Beast Gohan is number 1 in the game, these guys are number 2 and number 3, right? That's just how strong they are post EZA. They both have access to revives, which can quickly change the tide of battle. I believe Vegeta is a little bit easier to activate because UI Goku, right, is based like Vegeta based on getting hit, right? He doesn't get hit. So it makes it very, 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 very difficult to do. However, right, both are very powerful once a revive is procced, right? So it doesn't have to be their revive. You can run another revive character and receive the same effects. And they become... Blue Evolution Vegeta becomes a powerhouse and a defensive monster, right? He can put out some pretty decent numbers, but he's literally untouchable. There are very few supers in the game like Beast Gohan that can even touch him. UI Goku, same thing, right? With the revelation that dodge is now stacking, you could argue that he is probably the best choice for your red coins because he's near invincible with that stacking. He can get up to a 98%. Never perfect 100%, right? But a 98% chance to dodge, which means he is basically dodging everything forever until that mere 2% chance that you proc that you don't dodge. But for the most part, he will always be dodging, and for the most part putting out pretty decent numbers attack wise. To add on to that, both of them on their 18 key have the same effect. Like Beast Gohan, they raise allies critical hit chance. Now theirs is only 7%, but it is a 2% raise, right? So that is really, really helpful. A lot of these bosses are very tanky, and you need critical hit if you are type neutral or type disadvantaged to get through that. Having characters on the team that provide that for other characters outside of what you invest in their hidden potential can potentially become very, very powerful. So I would honestly recommend these 2, even though they are easy A units. I would honestly say they were probably the best choices for your 500 red coins. One of these 2 will do you wonders. Now, I don't normally recommend easy A units, but the reason I say that for this is because these 2, we don't know when the possibility of their next return is, right? It's possible that they could return during the next anniversary, but depending on the theme, they very well may not. So it's not a guarantee. So it may be worth picking up picking up one of these guys with coins if you were missing them. Now, here is the tricky part right now. Most of you guys probably summoned for these guys last year during Worldwide, so this is one of my recommendations as well. And if you got shafted on Vegito Blue's banner last year, you basically have waited a whole year, unless you summoned on Fizz Rosé's banner, to pick these guys up, right? Or you used your coins back then to get them, but maybe you didn't. And so now this is their first return nearly for almost a year on a legitimate banner that you would have summoned on, which means it may be worth considering picking them up. Now, of course, I wouldn't recommend picking them up if you haven't done your summons yet, right? Try to see if you can pick them up during your summons, but they are definitely worth it. I know that people give them a lot of hate for not being the best in their base form, but if you can utilize their base form well enough and get to the Vegito stage, they are actually still quite good, even in the current content on Global Dokkan. So I would definitely recommend them as sort of the third option for picking up. Now, the other reason I don't put them at number one is simply due to the fact that there's a chance that they could return in a month. Well, there isn't a chance. They will return next month during Worldwide campaign. So it might be worth considering just holding off until then to pick them up. Now, I will say this, right? I've told this story before. If, like with Boo Tanks, I skipped buying them the 1 anniversary, and I ended up having to wait nearly an entire year in order to finally pick up my copy of Boo Tanks. And this was after already his return. So something worth considering, right? If you're not unsure of how your worldwide summons are going, then maybe it might be worth considering picking them up, or at least waiting until Worldwide to pick them up with coins. But overall, my top recommendation on the banner is probably one of these two or the Blue Duo. The GT Duo I could throw in there as an honorable mention. They're still useful. They still have a great revive that one deals damage and then revives the character. But for the most part, if you're running a revived character now, it's probably going to be one of these two. So, I mean, you could pick them up with coins, but I have made recommendations for them in the past for picking up with coins, so I wanted to focus on others in this. I do think these guys here are probably more valuable than the GT Duo here in the coming weeks. So, guys, that is it for the video. That is my recommendation on who I think you should pick up with your hard-earned red coins. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, who did you end up picking up with your coins, or did you are you saving them for later? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.